Welcome to the Positively You podcast. I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I'm passionate about helping you shift the way you think so you can create a life you're absolutely obsessed with. Each week, I'll be bringing you a guest or a thought that's going to help you feel more optimistic and equipped to take real action. Get ready to push past limiting beliefs, ditch that negativity, and start showing up as the best and most positive version of you. Girl, let's do this. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I am so excited about today's episode. It has been one that I actually interviewed quite a few months ago, back in October. One of my dear friends, Courtney the owner of Bra Fittings by Court. I have known Courtney for a super long time, and I was so excited to get her on the podcast. She was one of the first people that came to mind when I was creating this and who I wanted to interview, because this is all about, things that you can do in your life to change your life, to live as your best and most positive self. And you might not think that a bra is that important to that, but I'm here to tell you it actually is. A bra can change your life if it is the right bra. And that is Courtney's whole mission in this life, and our conversation dives completely into that. So I won't give too much of a spiel because we talk about it all in the interview already. So I'm just going to hop right into it. And you guys, this is a good one. You are going to have a great time today. Courtney, welcome. I'm so excited to have you.
Thanks, Jessie. I know it's like high school all over again, right?
Oh my. Okay, I actually sat down and did the math today. I've known you for 18 years.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? I was like, there's no way I'm that old to know someone for that long, but we do.
Jessie, tell them how we know each other, please.
Okay, so Courtney's my guest today, Bra Fittings by Court, and she is the best person ever. I met Courtney, like I said, 18 years ago through cheerleading. We were cheerleaders together, and I don't even want to talk about like the spazzes that we were. we had a good time back in high school and cheerleading together, and it's been so fun to see us both kind of turn into adults and grow up, and Courtney is killing it, and I am just so excited to talk to you today. So I obviously know you, but for those people who don't, give us a little background. Who are you and what do you do?
So I'm Courtney. I live in Utah. I am a mom and I have 3 kids, and I'm married. And one of the things that I do with my time is I am a bra fitting expert, and I have a bra shop. Right now it's actually in my house, and I do that, and I love it because it changes people's lives, and that's kind of how I found my passion early on in my life. I was 19 when I started working at Nordstrom in the lingerie department, and that's how I kind of dipped my toe into lingerie, and how bras that fit can seriously can give women confidence. It can help ease pain, back pain, shoulder pain, and it can just help people live the life they really want to live. And so I kind of got into it when I was really young, and I just loved it. I got certified as a bra fit specialist at Nordstrom. I worked there for a certain amount of years, and I just got a lot of experience there. And like I said, it's something that sounds kind of silly, but I literally saw what I was doing, and it was changing people's lives. And that's kind of why, that's the thing that keeps me going when things are hard and things are tough, that I love helping people change the way that they see themselves and how
That's awesome. It's really funny because when I decided to start this podcast and I was thinking about guests that I wanted to have on, and thinking who out there is changing the world, who has a positive message, who has impacted my life, and who do I see impacting others, and your name literally popped up. And it was so funny because it's you wouldn't think bras, right? You think it sounds kind of silly, but it really doesn't. It's been so fun to watch you like grab hold of this passion and just like run with it and change people's lives. And anytime, like I'm like little Courtney, bra fittings by Courtney missionary out there. Like anytime anyone complains about a bra, I'm like, you have to go see Courtney. Like, and so it's been so fun to see like whenever anyone leans into their passion and like sees that thing that lights them up and then uses that to bless others is amazing. And like from your little basement and you've created a shop, you're like changing the world, and maybe not changing the world, but you're changing someone's world. And that's amazing.
Thank you. I like that. That's what keeps me going when times are tough and when things are stressful. But yeah, I said I really feel like this was this is one of my callings in my life. And it's not to get like all emotional, but like I I've just feel like this is my way, small contribution to the world, if I can help make things just a little better for other people. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I freaking love it. And I've loved every part of it. So,
you
um,
are you are part of
so
it.
tell me about building it in your house. Like, how did that come to be? How did your bra fittings by Court, what it is today, how did that all happen?
When I started having kids, I quit my full-time job at the time to stay home, and I found myself like I always thought I wanted to be just a stay-at-home mom, and I was like so excited to do that. And then I started, when I had my baby and I was home, I realized that like I needed something else to do. Like I don't know, I felt kind of I needed that other sense of identity too. And so I remember like, hey, I always loved like doing bras. Like I always loved that job at Nordstrom. I always loved like talking about it with people. And so I thought, well, I started a blog because that's just what you do. And I guess back in 8 years ago, you started a blog, right, in
Yeah.
Utah. And so I started a blog, and it was more like a lifestyle blog. But then I was, they always teach you write what you're passionate about, and I'm like, well, I'm really passionate about bras, but I don't know if I could like dedicate a whole like blog post, like a whole blog about bras. Like I don't know if that would work. But I was like, I'm just gonna write a blog post. I wrote a blog post about how bras should and shouldn't fit, and it actually went like viral. It A lot of people found it. It was shared a lot on Pinterest, and that's kind of what got me started with like I should just focus on bras. Like that blog post was the like most viewed on my blog. And so about a year and a half after that, I was like, I know I really want to do this. I really want to like just focus on bras. Like that's what I'm passionate about. There's nobody out there doing that. So I started Bra Fittings by Core, and let's see, I started that in I started that in like 2015, I think. And so it was a blog, and I just wrote about bras, and then people were reaching out to me, hey, can you fit me? I want to be fitted by you. And so I started doing private fittings where I would take people and I would take them bra fitting at like Nordstrom or Macy's or like wherever.
Yeah, I
Places
think I
that
met
were,
you at Nordstrom Rack
yeah,
once.
yeah, that was when, yeah, you were like kind of like my guinea pig to see if this would even work out. So I did that for about a year and a half, and I just didn't. It was okay. I just didn't love it. It was a lot of work, and so I found that like I really wanted just to own my own shop. Like I wanted to like have my own shop where I could carry things that I love. That are brands and styles that are harder. You can't find them in normal stores, and and just from a financial perspective, like I just wasn't making any money doing that. It's paying people bra shopping. And like if I'm gonna pay babysitter and my time, I want to like make some money so I can actually like take my family on a vacation. Like that would be so much fun. Like seriously, like I feel like how this all started is like I wanted to take my family on a nice vacation every year. Like that's why I wanted to do bras and start my business. So so what happened is that I decided I was just going to start a bra shop, but the expense of having a brick and mortar store is astronomical and it's very risky. And so I realized that what's the most important thing to me is that I wanted to have flexibility and I wanted to be able to still be home with my kids. Even though I wanted to have something else than just being a mom, that was so important to me to still be there for my kids, just to have them to be there in the home too. So we had a little room in our basement that I decided that I was going to start as my bra shop. And so I had money. I had like $5,000 saved up from blogging that I saved, and then I used that to buy my first set of bras. And so all I did for the next I think for like for the next first like 2 years, everything I made, I just put it back in the business. I just kept buying more bras and just trying to like grow my inventory. And so like I said, I think I had like $5,000 worth of inventory, and now I think I have like almost close to like $80,000 in
Wow.
inventory. So it's just like in like a slow, like constantly like investing it back to my business. So, but but no, it came from, I wanted to have flexibility. I wanted to be a mom and do what I love, and not have and like I said, just I'm also all the stress of and financial risk it takes to open up a brick and mortar store. It's really risky. And so
Right.
I've been able to hone in my business. I've been able to like fine tune it. I've been able to figure out what works, what doesn't work. I've learned a lot. I've made a ton of mistakes. And the thing is that the doing it in my house has allowed me to do that. When you go in a brick and mortar store, you don't have a lot of time to make mistakes. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to make rent, you got to pay people payroll, you got to pay taxes. Like you don't have a lot of wiggle room. And so, um, for me, being having 3 kids and being a mom, it's helped me to do what I love, but still um, be a mom. So
That's
that's so
awesome.
like I said, so it's in my house. We actually just moved in January before the pandemic to a larger home so that we could accommodate the shop because it was literally taking over our house. Bras were everywhere, like in my husband's office, in the shower, like a spare bathroom in the basement. It was just crazy. So
That's
we needed more
awesome.
space. So we moved, and that was probably the most satisfying things for me this year was to when we bought our newer house that we live in now, was to that I was able to help put money down towards that our new house, that the money that I've been saving from my business. And that was really satisfying that I could help contribute, and that could help my family have more space and move into a house that could accommodate both. So that was really satisfying and a big accomplishment for me this year.
That is awesome. Like, so awesome. And I love that you're able to look back and be like proud of yourself. Cause so many times, especially as women and moms, it's like, oh, yeah, So, like, that's fantastic. And the thing that I love about your shop is I've gone to other places where someone has a business in their home and it feels like it's a business in their home. Your shop does not feel like that. Like, you
Oh,
walk in those shop doors and I am in your shop. And like I completely forgot that I was at your house. And so you've done a
I'm
really,
glad you
really
think of
good
my
job.
kids
No,
first.
like as soon as I was in your shop, I felt so professional and so awesome. And your shop is, I mean, is it 3 full walls of
Yeah,
bras?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's so cool and it's so awesome. And I love what you've been able to build and doing it, little by little, and what you can do and recognizing your bandwidth and growing your family and your business at the same time. It's been really awesome. So I want to switch gears a little bit from like your background story and kind of get into like what you're doing now and why a bra is so important. I
Yeah.
think so many times, we just run to Target and pick one up or whatever and throw it on. And like, you just pick the size that you think you are, that you've always been. I don't know, like, is that kind of typical, do you think?
Yeah. Well, I think, it's just like with anything in life, like the things that take the extra effort, it's hard to like find the time to do it, but then once you put the extra effort in, it's like totally worth it. And so for a lot of us women and moms, convenience is like the most important thing. And so it's super convenient just to go to Target, you're there already, just grab a bra, or if you're at Costco, grab one of those, those, they're on sale that month, so
For
just grab
sure.
one of those, whatever. Um, for a lot of women, it's just convenience. And so that's the thing that I'm trying to do with my business and my shop, is to make it more easy, accessible, and accessible to everybody. And so, but for, there's not a lot of people that do what I do. So that's the problem, is that, I have people that come from Idaho, Wyoming. I live in Layton, and so that's just north of Salt Lake City, and I have people come an hour away or more just to come and get fitted because there's no one else in their area that does what I do. So, so like I said, that's my goal, is to make it more accessible. Um, the thing is that the future, I have like my goals of what I want to do with the shop. I'm hoping, and this thing, they might change. I might be like, that's not the right timing or whatever. But my goal is to have multiple locations of my bra shop along the Wasatch Front in Utah. Have one like in Utah County, maybe up in Logan. And one, definitely one in St. George. But the thing is that how to get there, that's what I'm going to be focused on this year. I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking me if I would franchise my shop, which there's some plus and minuses with that. So the thing I would have to do first, I think, is just to move it out of my home. And so we're going to be looking into that this next year, seeing like if that's a possibility. I think part of it is just I'm waiting for my youngest to get just a little bit older so that I can feel like I've spent my time with my little one, and now that she's getting to a toddler, that I'm okay with moving on to the next stage of life. So that's the goal with the shop. But the other cool thing that we have going on is that I have an online shop called Bosom Besties, and Bosom Besties is owned by me, but I have partners with that. And so we have found for the last 3 years, we've been working on my online shop where we have a really cool tool. It's called the Bra Size Calculator, and it's a free tool you can use, and it can help calculate what your bra size is based on all the clients that have come into our shop, which is, I think, as of right now, we've had over like 4,000 plus women who've come in the shop. And we've taken measurements from every single person that's come in, and we use those measurements in an algorithm on our website where you can put in your 2 measurements and identify your breast shape, and it will tell you based on all the other women what your size is and what styles and brands we would recommend to you. So we're growing that, and we're found that a lot of other companies could utilize this tool. So that's been kind of fun this year because of the pandemic. A lot of brick and mortar stores have closed down. They've had us, temporarily and permanently, and online shopping is like what the future is going to be. But I feel like, a lot of specialty stores are still like the specialty stores, places like mine are so needed. And so we're helping other companies use this bra sizing tool to help them and their clients and their customers find the best fitting products for them. So that's been kind of fun. We've done a
That's really
collaboration
cool.
with a swimsuit company. It's called Lime Ricky. They're a local swimsuit company in Utah. They are using our bra size calculator. And so there's a couple of things that's going on, like the online that's growing, and then like the shop's growing. And so, it's most days there's a lot
You're on
going.
fire. You're on fire is what's going on.
But no, I'm excited. There's a lot of potential with the online portion, and then like I said, the in-person shop, we're growing and expanding. And so like I said, hopefully the next couple years we'll be expanding, and that's the goal. So yeah, that's what's kind of going on in my sphere. So
That's awesome. And you're just going to grow and explode and be able to change more lives.
I hope so.
So changing lives, when someone
Yes.
comes in, what is like, have you seen like an immediate change in someone, or like, what are some of a lot of like the common things that you see when someone comes into your shop?
I see a lot of times women who feel like they can't do certain things, like they can't exercise or they can't wear certain things because of their boobs or lack of boobs, or they feel like they have lack of boobs. Or I see a lot of women layering like unnecessarily, either because they're trying to cover up things, or they another thing I see is that they just don't feel like they just either feel like frumpy, or just like feel like they're just uncomfortable. A lot of times we see women who have neck, shoulder, pain because either their bra is putting a lot of pressure on their shoulders. And then also the most important is just emotional. Like women who aren't wearing things that fit their bodies, it makes it so that they don't feel confident in their own body, and they just really struggle with loving themselves. And so
Yeah.
the thing that I love is just when once you get something that fits somebody's body really, really well, they they feel like, oh my gosh, I don't need to change myself to feel good. I can just like wear things that fit my body and I automatically feel better. And that's what I love, like I said, I love about bras is that you don't have to like exercise for 5 weeks and diet or whatever you do, count your macros or whatever.
Yeah.
To see a difference. You see a difference immediately. Like you leave my house feeling better. And so that's why it's so instantaneous, is because when it bra's fitting right, when it's doing its job, it's going to be supporting you, it's going to be separating you, it's going to be covering you, it's going to be not moving around, you're not going to have to adjust it, you're not going to have to be, putting yourself back into it. So it's just one less thing that women have to worry and stress about, because I feel like a lot of women are like, I'm just constantly adjusting my bra, I'm constantly having to like maneuver, and I'm constantly like doing this to make my bra like not shift and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So when your bra is fitting, you don't have to think about it. It's just one less thing you have to worry about. And you're constantly like, I hate my body. I hate my boobs. I hate how my bra doesn't fit. I hate how my clothes look. Like, I don't look good in these clothes. So like I said, it really is something that you wear every single day. And that's why it's probably one of the most important things that you wear. So
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of like, after we have our baby or whatever, and we're always like, I got to get back into my jeans. Right.
yeah.
And we're like shoving ourselves into these jeans that don't fit. And then we feel like crap. And it's like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
just go buy a new pair of jeans and put them on and you look good and things fit.
Okay.
Like the number on the jeans doesn't matter. And that's what I think is super cool about bras is when I started learning from you is that, jeans come in like a 2, a 4, a 6, 8, a 10,
Yeah.
like there's these sizes, but bras are like so customizable and can be like way more personal. And I don't think a lot of us know that.
As
Yeah.
women,
So you squeeze yourself into these things, right? But bras are like way more customizable. It's not just like, oh, I'm a size 2, I'm a size 4, I'm a size 10, whatever. And I think, we grow up thinking that there's A, B, C, D, and double D, and double D is like humongous. And that is not the case, right?
oh, because I remember when you came in, what were you like a 30G?
Yeah. Yeah. I
30,
came in and I thought I was like a 34D or something, which I was fitted by who you think is the devil,
the Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret. And like it fit okay, I guess, but I was doing the same thing where like I was always kind of like tucking myself back in. And I was shocked when you told me that I was a G. And for a minute I was like, there's no way, like I'm not a G. There's no way. And then I finally was like, it doesn't matter. This bra feels so good. I look so good. I feel good. So it doesn't matter. Like just when you get something that fits, like ignore whatever the size
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
because it's just about feeling good. And it's so crazy how good it does make you feel. I'll share a funny story about just like confidence with it. I was, squeezing into bras and stuff and I never felt like they fit. And I went to Victoria's Secret and I got fitted. And fun fact, they have limited sizes, as you know this, but they have even more limited sizes in like their lingerie. And so I wanted to get something fun, and squeeze myself into this. Do you want to know a less way to feel less sexy and ruin like sexy time is feeling like you're like falling out of something and like squeezing into it? Like not cool at all. And then as soon as I got fitted by you and got a new bra, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm vibing, I'm feeling this. And like my confidence went through the roof. So you're probably changing a couple of men's lives with these bras too.
So I hope we're improving women's marriages and sex lives too. That'd be awesome.
Like it was crazy because for years I literally felt so uncomfortable in so many different types of lingerie and stuff because I was like, oh my gosh, I do not fit in this. And it was just because I was wearing the wrong things. And as soon as I knew what to wear, I was like, oh, actually I can be like feeling myself and I can be
Yeah.
without having to be like, wow, that looks really super awkward on you.
Well, one of the things I'm really, I try to educate women and just help them realize, and I know there's a lot of other influencers that kind of preach this too. Um, and one particular, if you don't know, Meg Miles, she's an influencer. She's
Yeah.
like Mom Strong. Is that her name? Mom Strong.
Mom strong. I think so.
Um,
Meg.
she talks about this a lot, and I love it. She talks about, like I said, like a lot of us times us women are like, well, I'm not gonna treat myself until I do this, until I lose weight. And so I always tell people, like, why would you feel uncomfortable? Like, why would you suffer and wear things that don't fit you and they're uncomfortable? Like, you don't have to buy a ton of things. Just buy like one bra, or like buy what you absolutely need. And then if you change size, if you're on a weight loss journey or if you're pregnant, get another bra if it doesn't fit. So it's not it's this evolving, because our bodies change. They say on average that women's bra sizes change at least 10 times in their lives. And that's a
Wow.
very conservative like estimate. Like breastfeeding, losing weight, gaining weight, pregnancy, menopause, stress, life. I mean, our bodies just change. And so, like I said, we can't expect our bodies to be the same after, huge changes like birth, pregnancy, menopause, they're just going to change. And so that's why I'm a huge advocate for don't wait, just go get something that fits now. Like you said, like don't wear jeans that don't fit your body.
Yeah.
Or like another thing I always tell people is a lot of times smaller busted women are like, well, I don't need a bra that fits because I'm small. I'm like, well, why would you wear shoes that didn't fit your feet if you had small feet? Like, no, that's dumb. Like, why would you not wear the right size shoes if you had small
Yeah.
feet?
Yeah.
You would
They
want to
just
wear the
don't
right
think it's as
size
big as a
feet or shoe.
problem.
So, like, get shoes that fit your feet, or if you're even small busted, like, everybody deserves to wear things that fit their body, not
Yeah.
just larger busted ladies.
And I think we're definitely heading that way as like a trend with, getting away from like the sizes and stuff and like just put on the things that fit you. And
Yes.
I'm glad that the bras are coming and they're following that kind of trend as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what you said, because I was the same way. I was pregnant and I was like, oh well, I'll go after I'm done being pregnant, I'll go get fitted. And then I was nursing and I was like, well, maybe I'll go after I'm done nursing. And then it was, a year. And then I was like, well, I'm losing weight. So maybe I'll go.
Yeah,
And
yeah, totally. Like, and that's the thing that women do. Like, they, like I said, it's probably not convenient, and then also, I understand like money. Like, if you don't have a ton of money to spend, you're not, like, I don't want to spend a ton of money and then have it not fit me. But as I said, you can still be like strategic about it and just get what you need. Like I said, don't get a bunch of new bras, just get like what you need, and then if you're, like you said, if you're going to be pregnant again, you're anticipating having more kids, save your bras that you wear when you're pregnant and nursing, because you're most likely will still be that same size when you
oh,
have
cool.
nothing, and you can wear, excuse me, again. So yeah, so like I said, it's a different mindset, but yeah, I agree. Like, don't wait. Like, if you're feeling uncomfortable now, go get yourself a new pair of pants or just a new bra that fits, because you'll feel so much better. And like I say, you don't need to suffer while you're losing weight. You don't need to just you don't treat yourself when you reach the end goal. You need to treat yourself as you're going through that progress.
Yeah.
So
So how should a bra fit then? Because I think we have maybe been not misled, but maybe misinformed about
oh yeah, totally.
how bras should fit.
So one of the things that probably most people like are shocked by is actually how low your band should be. A lot of people don't realize how low it should be, and
Yeah. I
it
was
will
shocked.
yeah, it depends on how tall you are and like how long your torso is. But like for some people, their band is only like 2 inches above where their pants are. Like, so it's pretty low. And the reason why is because the band is where your support comes from. And so if it's lower in the back, it's like a teeter totter. If it's lower in the back, it's going to lift you up higher in the front. So that's one of the things that people don't realize, is that you want your band to be firm and snug. You don't want it so tight that you feel like you can't breathe, but you want it pretty firm, because your support comes from the band, and your bra will stretch out as you wear it. And as it stretches out, then you can tighten it and you can keep wearing it supportively. The other thing is that you actually, a lot of times women don't realize how much breast tissue is on the side. Um, Almost everybody that comes in, their wires are either digging into their breast. And so we typically go up sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cup sizes on people just to give them coverage. So what I mean, so a lot of times people kind of freak out when I say, oh, this is your new size. And they're like, how can I be this? I've never even heard of this size. And the thing is, I tell people, so when we go up cup sizes, it doesn't mean that you're that big. It just means that we want to give you better coverage. So more going up cup sizes means better coverage.
Okay.
And so we want that wire to be around 1/4 of an inch space between your breast and the underwire, the whole on the side and on the bottom. And so a lot of people, like I said, we find that if the wire's right on their breasts on the edge, we go with another cup size just to give them more coverage, and it's to be a lot more comfortable, and the wire's not going to be digging into their breast. The other thing is straps. A lot of women don't realize that your band size affects what your straps are doing. So a lot of times when women are like, my straps are constantly falling off my shoulders, and it's actually because you're probably wearing too big a band size. How bra sizing works is that the bigger the band, the wider set the straps are. And so the smaller the band, the more narrow they're going to be. So for people who are more petite and shorter and smaller, if you're wearing too big a band size, the straps are going to be too wide for you, and that's why they're falling off your shoulders. So by going down band sizes, or even just a band size, is going to help keep those straps on your shoulders a lot better, and not going to be falling off your shoulders so much. So those are some of the things I see. And like I said, the other thing, one last thing, is the gore. The gore is the middle part of the bra. It's where the two like underwires meet in the front. A lot of people don't realize that that should actually be laying pretty flat against your skin. Some bras we can't get to lay flat based on the shape of someone's breasts, but we want that to lay pretty darn flat so that you're not falling out the bottom of your bra. And so there's a lot of key components that we try to educate everybody that comes in, like this is how a bra should fit, so that they leave knowing and understanding the garment that they're wearing, how it should fit, and how it should fit their body. So those are the most common things I see. And we're always, like I said, I think it's we've been seeing a lot more like younger girls come in, like teens, girls who are going through puberty, and it's a great time to teach them how to take care of their body and how to wear these bras that will probably be wearing the rest of their lives. And so that's one of the things that I would love to see is maturation programs talking about bras, how they should fit, and so that these girls have a good solid foundation of feeling more confident and not feeling ashamed and about their body, their breasts, and that they can feel more comfortable.
Yeah, that would be awesome to have that be more taught in like a maturation program like that. That would be amazing. And then you're getting them, while they're young, and we don't have to fix these problems as a 30-year-old woman and being, or older, and being like, why? Yeah.
Never worn a bra that fits either. So yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. So it's like, let's educate, and we can solve these problems, and we can be living happier lives without all of the thing. Yeah. The gore was one of those things that I learned from you that I was kind of shocked about, that and the like separation that creates, because I think so often we just see these like push-up bras, and I don't know, I'm making like all these visuals that no one's going to be able to see. But
yeah. No.
It was so.
Yes, that's very typical. Yes.
Yeah. And so it's almost like this like weird like mindset shift to like go away from like the things that we're seeing in ads, and then come into like, oh, this is actually how it's supposed to fit. That's just like a sexy ad.
That's an ill-fitting bra on a model that you're promoting it, thinking that. And that's the thing that if you follow me on Instagram, which you do, Jesse, that is I'm not shy about calling out companies like, your bras don't fit your models, and because a lot of bra companies are like, oh, like we have an influencer who's wearing a bra and it looks so good on her. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't fit.
Yeah. No, and I love that you get called out, and I love that you've got like little minions out there too that'll be like tagging you, like, Courtney, come talk to these people.
Oh my gosh. I have like the best followers. People are like, what's the word? Like,
it's like a cult following.
It is. They're like whistleblowers. Like, this doesn't fit. Like, I have to like tag me, Courtney, this bra company's posting pictures of people's bras that don't fit, and I get messages all the time of things like that all the time. So no, I love it. It's a kind of like a cult following of people that are like whistleblowers, bra whistleblowers, and I love that.
So funny. That's when you know that you're like, you are the expert, and people are like, no, you need to get here and educate people. And I mean, that's why I like love what you're doing so much, because you're doing it in a fun way. You're doing it as a mom. You're changing people's lives. Like, it's just awesome all around. And like, you're a positive light. And yeah, and the way that you're changing the world with bras is just amazing. And I can't wait to see it continue to grow. It's been so fun to watch. I've been like this little sideline cheerleader for years just watching you. And I can't wait to see how you blow up in the next couple of years.
Thank you. No, it's been fun.
So for anyone who wants to follow you or come find you or see you or get fitted, where can they find you?
So on Instagram, it's Bra Fittings by Court, Court. And then my website is Bra Fittings by Court. So if you want to schedule an appointment, you can go to my website or just go to Instagram and click on the link in my profile, and it will show you a link to our calendar. And right now it's me and another girl, her name is Hannah, who does fittings. And then we're actually training another girl right now. So by the end of the year, we'll have 3 of us fitters. And then and we do by appointment only, and they're about 30 minutes per person, and we charge a one-time fitting fee. It's $40 to come get fitted, and that's a like we don't charge you again, and that's just pays for like our time and for you coming back and you getting fitted again. And that's the best way to schedule an appointment. If you don't live in Utah, or if you're really, really far away, we have my online calculator, bra size calculator on Bosom Besties, and the website is bosombesties.com, and it's free to use, and we do free shipping and returns. And if you have questions about the fit of your bra or the ones that you got from us, you can always email my customer service gal. She's amazing. She knows how they should fit, and she's really experienced with bras, and so she can help you figure out if we need to adjust the size or adjust the style. So she's an awesome resource that's free when you order through our website. So
that's awesome. And I will have links to all of the places that they can find you. And thank you again, Court, for making time for me. I know that you're crazy busy. You're out there changing the world, and it's been so fun to chat with you.
No, thank you, Jessie. Thanks for asking me.
Thank you for hanging out with me again today. I'm so glad you pressed play. If you want to take a quick second to share this episode with someone you think would love it too, that would be amazing. If you're loving the show, make sure you go and leave a review on iTunes. Reviews are like magic for podcasts, and your review will help get this show into the ears of more amazing women just like you. And come find me over on Instagram. I'm there at positively.jessie, and I cannot wait to hang out with you some more. So until next time, have an amazing week.